Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, hello, good night, everyone. Welcome to obviously another Sunday, another Meals podcast. As you know, I am your host, The Voice. We will be joined by some females tonight because we have some hot topics, and I believe we definitely want to get the females' input on those hot topics. So we'll be joined by three females. We'll be joined by Anna. Hi, Anna. We'll be joined by Felicia as well. She is a virgin to the M.A.L.E.S podcast.
Hi, everyone.
You're muted.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can't hear you.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know what happened. It always go on mute for some strange reason. I'm not sure. All right. So Felicia is a virgin. Felicia is a virgin to the show. So welcome, Felicia. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your time with us. You guys know Anna. Anna is here with us. And obviously, Ryan is always here with us as well. Raggy will be here with us shortly. He's overseas in England right now, just waking up. I think it's like 2 a.m. or something like that over there now. So he'll be joining us shortly. But Felicia, we're definitely going to start with you. We're going to start with you tonight. Did he say she's a virgin? Like a virgin to the show, boss. A virgin to the a virgin to the show, boss. Not I don't know about the other part. Just a virgin to the show. That's what I'm
Please
talking
don't
about.
try to get up in my personal business.
All right, so the first topic that we want, as you guys saw the headline, the first topic is how do men deal with rejection, or can men deal with rejection? And I was talking to Felicia about it a little bit earlier, and she had some really strong comments about it. And I want her to put forward those same comments, and I want Ryan to respond. How does he feel about it? Does he agree? Does he disagree? And where does he disagree? So Felicia, the floor is yours.
I don't think man can handle rejection, especially Jamaican man, I think can handle rejection on a whole. Jamaican man feel like, say, when them support a woman or do things for a woman, them in control of the woman, irrespective. And you're not. I mean, I think us as females too sometimes put ourselves in a certain situation, but even if we allow a man for help, we will still have the mindset, say we need to better ourselves and become more independent. Because then when we walk away from those situations because of the man, is being so dominant and holding on to us, and we walk away, them feel like say anybody will talk to them for one call up the man them, and when them see the man a road, yo, am my girl this, and come hold on upon you and I drag you. Then I play them something there. But that is how me feel with most Jamaican man. Them just can't handle rejection. I mean, if I put the woman, put it on them too good or what, but
excuse me.
Yeah.
All right. Ryan, how do you feel about that particular those particular points that Felicia made?
Well, I feel Felicia spoke more to possession than rejection. Because when I hear rejection, I'm thinking of a man go up to a girl, approach a girl, and she tell him no, and he reacts to it. That's what I'm thinking of when I hear rejection. What she spoke to was more in the sense of they are already together, and in spending her whatever maybe, and after a point she wants to maybe go or something like that. So so let me answer it from that sense. Yes, she does have some good points where that is concerned. They are going together, and the woman maybe wanna, whatever the reason might believe. Some of the time, the men tend to act out. We see it a lot locally here on the news and so forth that a man will spend money on a woman, and after a while, he feels that she is his possession, and he treats her as such in the sense that okay, she wants to know, and she wants to go now, and feel like okay, I own you now and so forth. So from that sense, she would be correct.
All right. Welcome back, Charms. Anna, let me get you in here because Felicia, she spoke very strongly. I want you to tell, and then obviously I'll respond to what you said. But do you think Jamaican men on a whole can deal with rejection? And rejection is if a guy approach you and probably want to talk to you and you say, no, he'll probably tell you, say, as Tevin said in the comments, that your shit can't make patty, or move from and say you're ugly, we never wanted in the first place, or whatever the case may be that the guy might say as a defensive mechanism to such rejection.
Well, I too believe that they do not know how to handle being turned down. For whatever the reason, I just think maybe it is that they weren't taught how to deal with that. Probably from an early age, they believe that they are entitled. And again, this can stem from home bringing, how persons were brought up in their home to believe that whatever it is that you want, you can get. I've been a victim of this, like every single day. You're just randomly walking on the road, a guy wants to holler at you. I've tried ignoring the first time, but it doesn't work. They're very persistent, like mosquitoes. And then if you answer the first time, you nod. I realize that to them, it's an invitation to say, okay, let me try a thing. And when you're like, all right, Virgin, that's enough. Make your go on, so whatever, and then come off like that. Like, how dare you turn me down? So I think majority of the males that I've encountered, whether it be persons that I know of or just complete strangers, they really do not know how to handle being rejected.
All right, so let me go back to Ryan 1 second. So Ryan, what would be the best reaction for a guy now to if a woman say, you're not my type, or sometimes they're in the party and they're dancing and the guy go behind. I notice what women normally do. The first place they look up. If the guy is cute, the guy get a dance. If the guy is ugly, the guy don't get no dance. So Ryan, how do we, as men now, because obviously, ego is a big part of us as men. How do we handle that?
Well, it's a mindset thing, and I think Anna is right when she said that. Generally speaking, men were not taught how to handle rejection. So based on that, a lot of them will act out and so forth. But I can also say this, I don't know if it's the majority, I don't know if it's the minority, if it's the majority, I don't know by how much the majority it might be. I really don't know, but what we know is that in society, we tend to see it a lot, whether we are male or female, we all see it around us because we see man on road that talk to a woman and it go already when if she answer the answer. So I think it's a mindset thing where given that we weren't taught it, we basically have to learn it in life as we grow up and become more exposed, and to mentally teach ourselves now how we should act or not act in a given situation. So I think for me that is where it is, and I think our generation is like one of the most exposed in terms of information. So we now learning this, it is on us now to pass it on to the future generations. This is how.
All right, so here's Tokian.
You know-
Here's Tokian saying, 1 second, Felicia. So Tokian is saying, I actually tried politely declining and I haven't heard any negative feedback. So I believe it's a defensive mechanism to take shame out of their eye. Go ahead, Felicia.
Yeah, but I also feel like if I did psychology, and I feel like a lot of the men them too never go past the Erickson stage of autonomy versus shame and doubt. Like, you know how Erickson said you have to go through each of these stage in order to grow up and mature. And I feel like a lot of our Jamaican men lack that part of getting that stage in order for we all go through shame and we all have to deal with it. You know, when me at the school, remember one man called to me right across the road there, so I never answer him. And the man running in bicycle over my foot, you know.
Wow.
Man running bicycle over my foot and say, yo, you know your big man I call you.
Wow.
You know, I'm look on him and I'm just like, yo, like for real. But I feel like a lot of them have not covered a lot of those stages. So we have this inferiority complex with the men, and this is what we get because they have not covered those stages.
Wow. I'll never know that one. How long ago was that, Felicia? Probably like
Erickson.
No. About the bicycle thing.
The bicycle thing mean high school at the time. So I was a high school long time now. That's
time.
over
All right.
10 years.
Long time now. All right.
You're not gonna tell me age.
Here's Vanessa Hardin saying, most times your response has a lot to do with their fragile ego. Once that is threatened, they usually get aggressive. So Charms, let me get you in here because you have been very quiet, Charms. You know, and I know you produce a lot of rejections out there, Charms. So can you go and explain to the viewers how do you believe that men deal with rejection?
Could you repeat that? How believe what?
How do you believe men deal with rejection? Do you think they deal with it properly? Do you think that something needs to change? What exactly needs to change? How do we go about that change?
Well, for me, I don't think I've encountered a lot of men that I've turned down and they've responded in that way. If they have, they probably grumbled or whatever. But most times I'm usually very polite when I'm rejecting someone. So I don't really get that kind of negative feedback. But I do know of people who have, and as you said, it's their ego. And Jamaican men they feel entitled. So I guess maybe it's a thing where you should be honored that I am even, calling to your whatever. So how dare you turn me down? Like, something like that. So how can you should be honored that I am calling to you and you're gonna say no. So it's some sort of entitlement, and then when you turn them down, now the ego is bruised and their first reaction is to insult you.
All right. So here is someone saying charm. Here's someone saying charm. Some women just disrespectful with it sometimes.
And that's true. That's true, because if you're not touched and he doesn't say something disrespectful, I don't think you need to be disrespectful. You can politely say, no, I'm sorry, or you asking for your number. No, not today. Or my usual response is, no man, next time. Can I get your number? No man, next time when I see you. And that's my thing. So a lot of times when you're disrespectful, then you will get that kind of response from them.
But charm, also, I know that you see, just like how you say, a man is saying that you should be honored that I'm approaching you. I think some women in their head, they're like, how dare you look at you? How could you look at me?
And that's true.
How could you look at me and calling to me?
That's true.
You're not in my class.
Yeah, that's true.
So sometimes a man see that now, and then that is where the shit can make patty. That is where
that's right.
Your face ugly, your head bigger, whatever the case is that them say. Me saying, give me 3 digits to the charms, and when we see you again, you give me the next 4. But
that's a good one.
So one thing I want to ask you though, Felicia, I want to talk about in parties, because in parties, in clubs, at events, I realize women will use guys for drinks. So all right then, a guy, hey guy, you know, the guy's talking to you, and you say, buy me a drink, no? And then buy you a drink, and then buy you another drink, and then, you know, you start talking. I guess at the end of the day, now he's expecting to get your phone number or some advanced thing. And when he doesn't get it, then he's left disappointed. So do you think that women play a role also in probably inducing men into that?
Yes, because why are you gonna take the drink if you know at the end of the day you're really not gonna talk to this guy? Don't take it. For me, I'll tell you thank you, but no thank you. I don't want it. Because accepting the drink meaning that I'm accepting something else later. Don't. I'm accepting your advance because that's maybe your way of coming to me or advancing towards me. And I accepting the drink is me opening up the door for you to say, hey, it's okay for me to have a conversation later. And then you buy me another one and you buy me another one. So you think, say, yo, you get, you know, you break down the walls little by little and I get into the door. And then at the end of the night, I just, later, bye. No, you didn't do that. Because if it was your son, you wouldn't want a young lady to do that to your son. So don't do that. And that things like that can also, it does play an ego with men also. And it can cause men to raise them hand at woman. Because the man are gonna feel say, yo, all right then, him ego just get shot. No, him spending money upon the girl, him want back him money, you know? And it might drape her up something in the dance. So the best thing for me, if you don't want to advance that situation, just tell the man thank you, but no thank you, I'm okay. And you shut it down from the door. As the people them say, there's a respectful way of doing it.
All right, but as I said that, Ryan, I want to get in here, Ryan, and then Anna. So Ryan, I see Vanessa Harding in the comment section saying, women don't owe strange men pleasantries. What do you think about that?
I think the human thing to do is if somebody says something to you, approach you, and they're not rude, then it would be the human thing to do is to respond in a pleasant way. You don't have to be rude about it. So I to say you don't owe is not about owing. It's just the normal thing to do, in my opinion. So to me, it's not a matter of owe versus don't owe. So based on that, I disagree with the way she phrased it.
Okay. All right. So Anna, I want us to go a little bit deeper into it now because we're only scratching the surface, but I want us to go a little bit deeper. Let us go where sex is concerned because sex is a part of rejection. So, all right, I got invited over for Netflix and chill, right? Netflix and chill. And buy up him pizza and, you know, chicken wings and so, and come over. And then, you know, him start putting his hand on your leg. And then, you know, you take a, you know how a woman do it. You take him hand and you put it back on feet only. Right? And then him try again and you take him hand again and put it back. And then, you know, you realize say, the vibe is off after that and then things just start get really awkward. Do women in that case, Anna, not even you personally, but like probably your female friends, what you've heard about, do women in that case, in that scenario, feel a little bit pressured in saying, man, this guy buy pizza, he buy ice cream, chicken wings. I don't really want to sleep with him, but might as well just do it and done it.
All right, two things. Touch on the scenario with the drinks. I'm going to bring it up to speed. Sometimes we women don't, well, let me just speak for myself. I don't ask men for drinks. They come and they approach me to buy me whatever it is that I'm drinking. I'm buying a glass of drink now or one little beer outplayed now, Kemar. You have to buy a bottle. Anyway.
Excuse me.
That to say that sometimes, you know, men force themselves upon women. Mm-hmm. And even though we decline, because I'm one of those women who say no thank you, and I've come across men who say, oh my gosh, I'm offended, please let me buy you the drink. And just to let things not escalate or to not hurt the other person's feelings, you say, okay, sure, and you allow them to buy you something. But that doesn't say to me that you ought to get into my accoutrements or even get 3 digits. Anyway, back to the scenario that you presented. So yeah, that's what the girl is talking about, that we don't owe you guys pleasantries. Back to what you were saying, Netflix and chill, yes, sometimes we do feel the pressure. And the pressure is really deep, like we're drowning. You'll be talking to this guy. For me, I just don't want him to invite me at my house, and I don't want him to ask me, can I come over? Because the moment he says that, even if he has no intention of going all the way, I just figure that he's gonna put some pressure, whether it's to kiss, whether it's to touchy feely. I just don't want that pressure there. So we'll go through it. Netflix and chill, you just know, say, yeah, I'm gonna try something. And sometimes I not fear Netflix and chill. Sometimes I write on the street, they might try something. They are very bold these days. I have friends who are like that, and I've met strangers who are like that. I can give you one incident when I went out the other day with a group of friends, and the guy saw me coming with my friends. Not even assume to say maybe the guy I'm a man, you know. And I was stooping down to pick up something, and he held me around my neck.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, and from a distance, people would think like, okay, what's happening here? And in that like 3 seconds, maybe 5 seconds, the guy's like, oh, you're cute. Bam, on my forehead, a kiss on my forehead. I'm like, I was too stunned to speak. That's how bold men are. Some of these men are moving nowadays. So we have to up the ante as women, right? The ante as women. Like for me, walking on the road, baby, early in the morning, I have to say, yo, breeze me all the time hot. You know? To make them love me out. The other day, one next man, I even forgot what I was wearing. The man I go say, wow, baby, my love, why you show off the strong back. Like, you know, it reminded me that, okay, there was a little incision in the clothing that revealed a little tiny piece of my lower back. But men these days, there's no finesse to them. And as I think one of the panelists, the female panelist had said, if you come to me in a certain manner, mega approach you back in the same manner. If you talk to me nicely, I will de-escalate and not hurt your feelings. But if you come on strong, mega come on strong too.
Absolutely. And here is
him.
Here is Kish for you saying that a lot of times they stop at my feet, offered me a ride even this morning when I was going to church. Because I know he would ask for my number. Worse when I want nobody kidnap me, I will turn them down. Ryan, let me get back to you now, boss. You know, as a man on the podcast. So, Ryan, have you ever been in a situation where, because I believe sometimes we can apply pressure as men. Sometimes we see where there's a little opening and it's not a bad kind of pressure. Sometimes you have to exert yourself a little bit so the woman can see say you're serious, right? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to tailor it between, hey, I don't want to be too forceful like I'm a crazy person, but I know say if I apply some more pressure so she can see that I'm serious?
Well, you know, as you become more experienced in life, you learn how to deal with these kind of things. So it also depends on the type of woman that you're dealing with. You have to craft it a certain way to her, because the way you might approach she, a certain way might not work for another woman's based on personality traits and so forth. So in my opinion, you have to basically tailor it to match the type of woman, because it's not all of them will respond the same way to the same kind of vibe. So yeah, that's it for me in terms of how you approach that situation.
All right, so Vanessa Harding is saying a female could be having a bad day, not up for a conversation, but she still has to tread lightly because God forbid she offends the man, so you're forced to interrupt because he might get aggressive. Everybody agree with that?
Yeah. Just like I said, the man run over my foot with a bicycle and me never answer.
Wow. So this is my, this is probably my last take on it, where this whole thing is concerned. I think as we continue to advance, I think men deal with rejection a little bit better. I can tell you, when in high school, you know, I think I was the hottest thing, and nobody could reject me. How dare you reject me? But you know, when I go back and I look at those high school pictures, I know exactly why, you know, I was being rejected and so. But you know, I think as men, I think as a collective, you know, we can't allow the women to feel, you know, to feel like they must respond to us. They're supposed to be able to tell us no and know that there is no repercussions after that no. Let me see. And Token is saying more that stop the tire. Token is very violent. All right. So the next topic we want to talk about now is the role that a man should play in a woman's life and a woman should play in a man's life. And I'll start with you, Ryan. Right? I'll start with you, Ryan. What is the role that you personally believe that you are supposed to play in a woman's life, and what role do you believe that a woman personally should play in your life?
All right. I know times have changed over the last 5 to 10 years in terms of a lot of rules, in terms of a lot of things in society, in general.
Absolutely.
However, I think at the core, certain things should remain because they were placed there for a particular reason. There's a reason why they have worked throughout the entirety of life. And I think one of the most important roles that a man should play is that of a provider.
Okay.
Because as a man, innately, a man should think of providing and to be a protector. Because that, to me, is what a man should stand for, being the head of the family. So based on that, primarily those are the two positions that a man should take up in a household.
Okay.
You asked me something else, right?
And about the woman now, what a woman coming into your life now, because you know, I believe this is subjective. So a woman coming into your life, what role do you think that she should play in your life?
All right, we know that, as we said earlier, a lot of the gender roles basically amalgamate, and so a lot of them is not really, a lot of them now are very fluid. And however, I think a woman should be supportive of the man that she has. And when I say supportive, it's not to say that the man is at the top, the man is on top of the woman, and I'm not talking sexually here.
Okay.
So, I think they should be equal in a sense where they are different, if that makes any sense. And her role should be the one that keeps it together, keep the house together, keep him together as a human being. If he might go off, you know, at work, things might get rough, you basically be the one that, you know, de-escalate and those kind of things. And, you know, just keep the whole thing together because things can get ugly in a man's life when I'm out there. So just keep the thing.
All right. Totally agree with you, boss. And before I get to the ladies, I'll just say my little 2 cents, right? I don't really talk a lot, but let me give my little 2 cents on this one. You see that thing that what them call peace? Listen, a woman can, as Candy said, but a woman can wash, cook, clean, flick on her head, 3-some, 4-some, 6-some, it no matter. If you, as a woman, if you fail to provide peace for that man, at least for me, you're out the door. I don't care what else you do. I don't care what else you bring to the table, but you must be able to provide peace every single, like, obviously there's going to be arguments between you and the guy, whatever the case may be. But for the vast majority, it must be peace. It can't always be a bunch of turmoil. It can't always be you're walking on eggshells. It can't always be that you're not allowed to be yourself in the own space. That's one. The next thing for me is everything can be a problem. I need my woman, she must be able to figure things out on her own. Must. It can't be every single problem happening. Oh, baby. Oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want a woman like that. Every single time there's a problem, she's coming to me. I want a woman strong enough to be able to figure it out on her own. Oh, babes, you know, so we had a problem last week, but I'm not even about to tell you. It is already sorted out. That is the kind of woman I'm looking for. That is the kind of wife. If I'm overseas, all over the place, I'm not supposed to be worried about. My God, the house probably cheered on you now because she don't know how to figure out stuff. That's another thing for me. And the third thing is everybody else can always be the problem except you. I don't want you to come to me, baby, this is happening, baby, that is happening, and you're leaving yourself out of it. So those three things for me, along with you must be able to wash, you must be able to cook. Must. Means a man will love my belly. You must cook. You must cook in this house.
Better can cook.
All right. So now, let me go ahead and give the females a chance to talk. So, Felicia, go ahead and run it by me. What is it that you believe your role as a woman is for whatever man that you're going to talk to? What you believe your role is, and what kind of things would you want your king to bring to the table?
I agree with what Ryan said and what you said. Peace. I'm supposed to be there if my husband come home or, my boyfriend come home. I should be able to be that listening ear for him. If him have a hard day at work, be that listening ear for him. If him want a back rub, me provide a back rub to our little foot rub. I would expect the same in return. Yes. I do expect man to be the provider, but because a lot of us have grown up in broken homes, the roles are now either reverse or we're playing these dual roles where women are now becoming the providers and men are staying at home and being, because you have some women out there who are very well educated and, they may have picked up a man who will be the supportive person in the relationship and she go there and work. Is it right? Because a lot of us still think of things in the chivalry days. No, but I think it can still be 50-50. But I do agree with what you guys have said. It's spot on for me.
All right, so let me ask you, Felicia, because I see Charmaine making up her face at what you're saying, so I'm clearly know that she doesn't agree. But Felicia, let me ask you, do you have a problem with bringing 50% to the table?
No, I don't.
Thank you. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. Let me read this. Tashi's saying, I think it depends on the relationship and how each person wants to define it. Totally agree with that. Charms, I'm going to give you a chance to talk now so that you can come and, we know you're going to say the man should provide and whatever he should do, but it's different times now. Go ahead.
But you know this already. I'm old school. And I believe in, I'm an independent person. I like to work my own money. But I believe that the man leads. I thought very modern and think I sound stupid, but I think that it's, as Ryan said, it was working before, and that's how I prefer my relationships to be. He is able to provide for his family. If COVID, a man who can't provide and with hard times, body dead for hunger, or the pressure is going to be on me to provide for the entire family. Not that there's nothing wrong with it, because there are times things may happen, and you hold support. But I want to know that my man can provide for his family. He can protect his family. And once I have that, he can get anything he wants. Peace, love, wash, cook, whatever it is, as long as he's...
So, Charms, let me ask you a question. When in the relationship do you expect that man to show that he's able to provide? Day 1, day 30, when in the relationship exactly?
Day 1. Yeah, because I'm not going to waste my time and wait 6 years into it for you to then prove to me that you can provide. For us to move forward, you have to show that you can be a provider, that you can be a protector, you can be a leader. And then I kind of dominate, speak, so I need a man that can take. Once he does that automatically, I'm not going to try to challenge him and try to, match up so the two of us are wearing. He comes and he puts himself as that, and I have my position as the back. So he's leading behind him, watching him. Things. He has to bring that to the table from the jump.
All right. So, Charms, be careful. I'm going to get to you, Felicia. Be careful in the Charms, because here's Stephen Jersey. So, day 1, I lay out my asset portfolio. That's the exact question I was coming up with.
But then,
hold on, Charmaine, hold on. Charmaine, Charmaine, I think you have to jump out and come back in because you're a crack up. So jump out and come back
Hold
in.
on.
Yeah. Felicia, you wanted to say something?
So my thing is, I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I totally get what you're saying. That your man have for sure you said him can provide for you. But me going into a relationship, I am very strong headed. I independent, own my own stuff. Do. Sometimes we pick up some man, we just need a little help, and you help him up to where he is. So is she saying that she wouldn't do that? You wouldn't be that kind of a person towards your man for say, yo, may they help you forget it right? And do you mean that there is a cost, because the man can't stay with you just for you to help him and then left you, or him can stay with you for you help him forget to where him at, and then him turn around and being the provider and I take care of you, do everything.
Yep.
So there's roles like that. I can't definitely sit down and say, yo, I'm not gonna be the provider or the help to my husband or my boyfriend. Because that's just that things happen.
So what she's saying, Felicia, she's saying that she is not going to be the first person out the gate to do it. She's saying that the guy have to show her something that he can protect, he can provide, and then after, should he run into some troubles, then she will come forward. Me, on the other hand, I'm saying, me personally, I have no problem providing, protecting, and so, but it cannot be day one. It can't be day two. It can't be day three. I think, because guess what? Day one, day two, day three, I'm not asking you for all these things that I was saying that I want. I'm not asking you to wash. I'm not asking you to cook. I'm not asking you to clean. I'm not asking you to run a household. I'm not asking you now to come forward and split on the thing and do all of them something. I'm not asking you for those stuff from day one. So I think after we build that foundation and then we can move forward. Here is Charms coming back. Charms, Felicia have a question for you. She wants to know if what is wrong with you helping out from day one. You can talk, Charms.
I don't think I'm not hearing.
We are hearing you though.
You sound. Hold on. Let me go again.
All right. All right. Put up Toki and Graham coming for me. She's saying that's your problem, Felicia. You're strong-headed. I like to live in my feminine energy. Let the man be strong-headed. What do you say about that, Felicia?
I do allow a man to be strong-headed, but there's certain times that a woman do have to take charge of certain situations and certain things. So yes, I'm going to be, if I feel passionate about something, I'm going to be strong-headed on it. I mean, does it mean that we're going to argue and going to fight? We're grown people. We can have a discussion about what it is, and I can respect your opinion just as well as you can respect mine.
Okay.
Irrespective. So, bring back our comment again, please.
Bring about the comment, Toki and comment. She just say she wants to live in her feminine energy and let the man be strong-headed.
You can't always make the man, because them get burnout too. The man them get burnout too. So sometimes you have to be the strong-headed one. Man
So
get burnout too. And I think from my point of view, because of the field where I'm working on, me have to look on things two sides.
Yep.
We can't just say, oh, the man. We have to look on it both ways. We both play a role in the relationship.
Absolutely. I love that answer, Felicia. I love that answer. Anna, you have been quiet. And I see you're nodding your head when Charmaine is talking. So I have no doubt that you're going down the Charmaine route.
Yeah, Frank Mustafa. All right. So I agree, Tokian. I am all about the soft life era right now. Not to say that I would not be supportive in my role as a woman to my man. Right? But I'm tired for wear the pants in a certain relationship. I have been coming from a family where the women are the ones who are at the forefront and the man them on the back burner. I'm tired of that. Man for take charge. I'm in a business where nobody wants to. Man for lead, man for protect. And a foolishness here attack Kemar. I'm gonna tell you why. I told my neighbor this.
Yep.
I remember a particular man was trying to see if he could have catch my attention.
Uh-huh.
And one thing turned me off. Him skip the line. Him see a line and him skip the line.
Okay, what line did he skip?
The line in a which part we go pay for goods them now, forget to stuff them and come out.
Oh,
Him skip
that
the
line.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
we
saw a
skip the
line
line.
and he skipped it. I'm just giving you an example to show you how some of us women, or in particular myself, can break down a man character to say, yo, I gotta give problem. It's the fact that I'm cut the line, I know that in I'm character I'm gonna be abrasive. I'm gonna give me problem. If him gonna look me after that, I shut him completely down right there. So I agree with Charmaine. From day one, your actions will assert yourself to say what type of man you are, and vice versa as a woman. So me no business where you want to say, boy, you're not showing nothing till day 3. You're not gonna get no woman. That may I tell you, you're not gonna get
What did
none.
I miss?
But Charmaine,
I'm supposed to be answering. I
Anna,
was supposed to be
sorry.
answering.
Anna, but them can show you this character with them sweet as pie, you know, and then you get into the relationship and the nitty gritty, and then them revert to that same character where you're saying, you know, that them are gonna be problems, them abrasive stuff like that. So, I mean, it's 50-50. I take a chance.
I know you're taking a chance, you're gambling. That's life. Life is a gamble. But some of the tell-all signs are there from the get-go as a woman, and we lower our standards because we feel like we need to settle, right? My friend have man and she get engaged, so we need to find one too. Or whatever it is, what urges them are right with, so we just need to find somebody right now. But I just think from the get-go, there are certain actions that a man must put forward to assert his role, and vice versa as a woman. Man must lead. And once a man's sensible and is leading in a sensible manner or leading sensibly, a woman will automatically follow because she knows that is love.
All right, so listen, so this is a comment. So this is a comment from Joseph. He's saying the qualities of an individual must show from day one. I agree with Felicia. It must not necessarily be giving out money, but a man must show a woman that he's a leader from day one. Agree, Ryan? Agree? All right, Charms, if you want to go ahead and finish up your point, you can, you know. Are you hearing us now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right, so
I mean, so yeah, it's pretty much.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah. As I said, I believe in a man being a provider, and I think there was a comment about showing assets. I don't need to see your assets. I don't need to know how much money you're making. That does not mean that you're a provider. You could be making $1 million, but you are not a provider. It is who you are as a person and what you believe in and what you stand for and what you will do that makes you a provider. So you show me $6 million per month. That's nothing. Because are you going to provide? Can you provide? Do you know how to take care of your family? So it's not about your assets. And I realize men always kind of putting in, oh, it's money. It's not necessarily that.
Okay. Okay. Agree. And here is Elton Gardner saying Felicia is a keeper.
Thank you, Elton. I appreciate that.
Elton, you can see, you know what can happen. You can leave your number with the producer after the show. We'll see they can get any luck. Here's Kevin Jarrett saying, "Our grandfather would have never sit down and wait for grandma to go work for him. He prefer work and bring it, come give mama, and those relationships last longer nowadays."
Yes.
But
I think
the economy different.
Exactly.
Economy different. Back in the day, Papa alone could have go work and bring in the money, and Mama sit down and take care of all of the picking them. In today's economy, if you're not making at least $20 hour, especially overseas, your household can't run. You don't live paycheck to freaking paycheck.
Yep.
It depends still, you know, because some men can afford that lifestyle and some women like that. So if you can afford it, no problem. But if not, then you adapt to your environment.
The vast majority of men can't.
Thank you.
I don't know about that still.
No, I know.
Wait, I tell you.
I don't know about that still. The vast majority I've come across can manage that lifestyle.
When were you a man? When were you a man, Anna?
I said the vast majority of men
No,
who
you say
I've
you
come
don't know about that.
across
I think
can take care of me.
I know
Man
about that
out there
because
with degree, but cannot make it.
Yep.
In them given fee, them still have to go work a goddamn Walmart
Hey.
and them have a degree, all freaking master degree, and can't get a job in a them.
See,
No,
Felicia, listen.
about woman.
Felicia, listen as well. Felicia, listen. Mama grandma back in those days, never want.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Never. Hold on the charming. Mama back in those days never want to go Cancun. Mama back in those days never want to go Hawaii. Never want to go all inclusive. So Papa could have bring in the bare minimum and it still look like good. No, we have to pay for wig. We have to pay for lace front. Well, it's too much expenses right now. Plus, with those expenses, we have to have our own expenses as well. So we'll buy the plane ticket, we'll buy the hotel, we'll buy the wig, you do your nails, we have to buy your clothes, because Fashion Nova bill after long, and then now when you go out, you need spending money again. Grandpa never have to do them things, but now that is the onus what men have to do, and that is what is considered provider. Those are the men probably.
Is that being a provider?
Some men do, not all men do that.
That's what you get from being a provider.
That is what I hear. That is what I hear the millennial
That's what you're
women
hearing.
saying these days.
Okay, so I guess what Tevin, that's not how I interpreted his comment. He was saying that back in the days, men would not sit down and wait for the women to go to work. They go out and they provide. I don't think he was saying women are not supposed to go out and work. We don't live in a day and age where I'm not comfortable sitting at home, whether my man can afford to take care of me or not. I like having my own because my mouth light, so I don't want anybody.
But Charmaine, that is you. Charmaine, that is you. Let us look.
But I can only
Let us
speak
look
for
at the
myself.
totality. Let us look at the totality now, and tell me that you have millennial women out there right now. If a man say, "Baby, don't go work. I will take care of everything, and I'll give you your stipend a month time." Tell me that there's millennial women out there right now who won't sit down and cock up their foot on Instagram.
What is wrong with that?
And
why are you making it sound bad? What is wrong with that?
If I'm in a relationship and my man can afford to take care of me and I sit at home and I want to sit, I do not want to, but if I want to sit at home, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that because you have women now the men do not want them to go.
Hold on, get lost. I'm lost.
I'm sorry?
I'm lost.
I figured you'd be because I don't know how the conversation switch. I'm just answering the questions as I go along. But
because on one hand you said want your own and now you don't have a problem.
No, you see, no. I'm saying if I was the type, if I wanted to, there would be nothing wrong with it. Remember, I'm answering what Anna said, and Anna is saying there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm saying if I have the type of man that says, babe, I want you to stay home and not go to work. If I was the type of person that would want that, there would be nothing wrong with that either.
All right. But also remember, ladies in the comment section who's jumping up and agreeing with it, ladies. Remember, when you sit at home, that also comes at a price as well.
All right, and exactly, and that's what I said to you. I am I'm very feisty, and so I want to have my own because you do not get the chance or the opportunity to tell me that, you tell me how to do this and whatever, and you tell me that is you give it to me. And I don't have time for that. So I'll work my own. I'll spend yours too, and I'll work my own. But Kamara, to answer your question, when you said, Bora and whatever, that's a man being a provider. I don't know the kind of women you know, but that's not being
boss.
That has nothing to do with it. Because if I'm in a relationship and my man can afford to take us on vacation, it's like, babe, get ready, July, we're going to Bora. I don't see a problem with that. I don't see why we have to split it 50-50 because if I love my man, I can say, babe, we're gonna go to Europe. We're going on. It's my treat. Pack your bags. We're going to Europe.
Charmaine,
Charmaine is 100%.
I don't want half of it.
Charmaine, stop the foolishness right now. Stop the foolishness right now. There is not 20 women in Jamaica right now who will tell a man say pack your bags going to Europe.
I don't know. Then that's the thing, and that's the problem because it is the type of women that you are picking, and then you
Yeah.
generalize,
It's true.
and it is the type of women that you men want. So she has the big bottom and the small waist and the big breast and the long hair and the
And
light
the lace wig with them now by Charmaine.
price for wanting that woman because she's a material
Natural
girl,
hair.
as you would say. So you have to give to her. She's not gonna give to you because that's what she wants and that is who she is. But you pick her up, and then when pressure hits you, you start to say, "Oh, that's how women are." No, it is the
Pressure
women
bust
that
pipe.
you choose. Because I am the type of woman. As I said to you, if I get a provider and a protector, nothing is too much for me to give to him. So if I feel like I can afford it and I want to take him to Europe it is. If he want to go World Cup and I can afford it, babe, wanna buy a
True,
ticket, go
Charmaine.
whatever, because he's taking care of me. So it's my duty to take care of him.
Yeah.
But you people are picking the wrong
100%.
men. Women, I should say, sorry.
It's true. I'm the meat none.
So
I'm not meat
and
none,
then you want to come
Charmaine.
now and blame and say,
Yo,
"Oh, I can't
Ryan,
find 20 women." It is
Ryan,
what you want, man.
Ryan,
You want
why
the
are you
BBL
laughing?
women. You want the BBL women that go DR, go do them body. You have to have money for those women because them not do them body for sit down in a house. They want to go
Thank
to Bora
you.
Bora. They want to go to Europe to show them body in them pictures and post
I'm
on
a trophy
Instagram.
girl.
You have to pay for that.
Hey, listen, Charmaine, I don't appreciate you pointing at me or at me and Ryan or me and Ryan.
I wasn't trying to
or
right. It was
whoever you're
you.
pointing at. Or whoever you're pointing at. But listen. I think the guys, I'll speak for the guys, right? I think the guys pick some really good women. See, once again, I must announce Raggy is getting married. He's supposed to come on the show at the time. He's getting married June 2nd. It will be on Zoom, so I want all you guys to be there to support him. Raggy pick a good woman. I'm sure Ryan will pick a great wife, and so on and so forth. So,
He's salt. He's salt.
so Charmaine,
Yes.
honestly, you do raise a great point, especially when you talk about wanting to take up women where do them body, we go there and do them body. Obviously, they never do their body to just sit down in the house. They want to go out, they want to show it off, and so I guess it all comes down to the type of woman that you choose. Can't argue with that. You have anything else to add, Ryan?
Not exactly. Only to say that I am one of those who, when women say men this, men that, I am one to say, oh, that is because that's the one you choose. So it's also fear for us as men to be told that, hey, this happened to you because of what you chose. So, in my opinion, it's fair game.
Charms, everybody agreeing with their charms. Can't bring you back on the show, boss. Devin Jarrett is saying,
Felicia, me are dead.
Gilman and find one pre-made, like Charms.
Pre-made,
Me
yes,
not
they
build no
pick
man.
them and then leave
To be
you.
honest with you, me not build no man. No, sir.
Don't
Me
build
not
no
have time
man.
for
Done
that.
with
Him
potential.
leave you and go find, you know what, you bill him and him go find one of the BBL girls to go spend and don't bill no man. I want him pre-made.
Me not.
So
Me not build
hold
nobody.
on the
Me
term.
definitely the 50-50 thing. I agree with. Me not build no man. My work itself stressful in its own entity. I work 12 hours a day. I think somebody did say I work in the social field or something like that. I'm actually a registered nurse, and when I got work for 12 hours, some of the patients them me not like them want to roll them out of the hospital and carry them out of there go beat them. That's some really feel. Me not have time for building a man, but I am one who will definitely go 50-50 with a man. I'm sorry if nobody not agree with it.
Trust me, Felicia.
What is your definition of
go to 50-50
50-50?
with a
You
man.
see, I know Kemara's definition of 50-50. Felicia, what is your definition of 50-50?
My definition of 50-50 is that, all right, then we have the household, we split things down the middle. If him want to take care of the mortgage, we'll control the bills in the house. Yeah, me say, so we're going to split things 50-50. We got a supermarket. If you want to pay this week, me will pay next week.
Oh gosh, man, speak to me.
I don't like 50-50. I hate that concept. I really don't like
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to understand. I hate the concept.
50-50 thing. I hate it because once you join in a relationship, it's 100%.
It's 100%.
You
That's my thing.
automatically know. Yeah,
That's
that's
what
I'll wait until
understand.
you
What is 100%?
Yeah, what is 100%? Let us know. What is
Once
unwanted?
you enter into a relationship, those things should be a given. It's like
What
you're
should I give him?
like,
What?
oh, I'm waiting until okay, so him can pick up the tab today. Oh, I'll pick up the tab. It should be just like clockwork. I'm in a
I don't understand.
relationship with
No,
my
no, no. You have to be more definitive. What
I
should
said
be
I'm
our
in a relationship with my man. I'm
Okay.
out on the road. If me feel like me want to pay the bill today, me can pay the bill. Me not have to say, oh, today me I pay, tomorrow you pay.
No,
Oh, never
Anna,
do the
So that's what I'm
cleaning,
trying
you
to
do that.
understand.
Anna, hold on.
It just
No,
don't that
don't get
way.
me wrong, you know. Please don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's not what me I said. Me
Kemar,
not
that
say-
is not what you say is not what Felicia is saying.
Me and Felicia said the
No,
exact same
Kemar,
thing.
don't come now. That's what I'm
We're
maybe
it's still 50-50, you know, irrespective. Him can always pick up the tab, but make a pick up something else.
I'm going to out Kemar on here since he's there celebrating. So this is Kemar.
No, hold
Kemar
on, no.
believes that if they're going on vacation, the woman has to pay 50% of it. There's anything wrong with it, you know. But that's Kemar's 50-50. You understand me? My 50-50 is you can do it for us, I can do it for us.
No.
Kemar says split it.
No, listen, no.
My 50-50
No, listen.
is
Hold
if he's paying the mortgage and whatever, I can pay the utilities. I can buy the food. I can buy the kids' clothes. You understand me? That's my 50-50. But based on, maybe you can correct me, Kemar, but that's where we always have that little debate is,
Listen,
his
Charles.
50-50 is,
No.
the vacation,
No.
I'm going to make her pay for half
No,
of it.
man, Charles.
Why?
Hold
So
on,
why
no.
you can pay for one and me pay for the other?
Hold on,
That's my
Charles.
50-50.
All right, Charles, listen. My thing is, when we talk about the 50-50 thing, I was more referring to investment. I believe that women should invest in their men, right? So, and I'm using vacation as an example. So if we're going on vacation, I see absolutely, all right, Felicia, I see absolutely nothing wrong if the woman decides, okay, I will let me pay for the plane tickets. I love that. Why is that? Why is it that she can't pay for the plane ticket? Why is it that she can't pay for the hotel room? Why is it that she can't pay for something of extreme value? Why is it that she can't do that? I'm sorry?
Why you make it about you?
No, I'm saying why
You
she
know,
can't.
at the end of the day, you know, say the same thing, except just saying it in a different way.
It's sorry. So I think, and I agree with Ryan, but I think it's how Kemar. It's like to me, Kemar comes and he says, "Listen,
The
babe."
only difference I'm seeing here is that Kemar, you're saying that Kemar's way is more rigid.
Yes,
That's the
like
only
he's
difference
saying,
I'm seeing here.
exactly, Ryan. It's to me, it's like Ryan is saying. Kemar is saying when he gets into the relationship, he's going to say, "Listen, babe, this is how it's gonna go, you know." And you're gonna, when I say if we're gonna go to Paris, you need to. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna pay for the ticket? Are you gonna pay for the hotel because you have to take something?
And
That's what
if she
I'm
doesn't,
getting.
then
And that
not
doesn't
gonna
work for
wait.
me. That doesn't work for me
Yeah.
because in a relationship, if you're gonna say, "Babe, I want to go to Paris," we're supposed to can discuss and be like, "All right, babe, based on our finances, if it's a man that you know is not well off like that, I can say, all right, babe, I'll pay for the hotel, you pay for the tickets or whatever the case may be." Or if it is somebody that can afford to pay for the trip and he says, "Babe, we're going to Paris," I know that you know, for me, I'd be like, all right, you know what? I'll plan the next vacation. I'm going to say, "Babe, we're going to Brazil and I'm going to take care of that." But that's it. I think that's, as Ryan said, it's how Kemar, yeah,
All right.
how him ask him 50-50.
All right, so Candice asked me, so let me clear the air, right? Because Candice is saying I sound cheap and mean. I don't think
Yes, you are.
I don't think I'm a cheap person, and I don't think I'm a mean person.
Right.
I think females who I have dated and been in a relationship with, even if they hate me, I think they can vouch that if it's one thing I am not, it's not cheap and mean. I know that for sure. But I'm saying though, as we evolve, right? As we evolve and we try to move on, I just always wonder, why is it that the guy always have to do the majority of the spending? Let's say a vacation come to all $4,000 and the guy pay all $4,000. I don't understand that on a tour we are up on the vacation. Why is it that okay, the guy can pay $2,500 and then the girl pay the other $1,500? Why is that not a thing? Why are we not pushing for that? Why are we not leveling for that? Why is it that okay, the man pay all 4,000, the man pay all 6,000, the man pay all 8,000? Both of them are go on the vacation. That is always been my question. Can
Again,
somebody?
actually, so
man,
it's the
and
type
you
of
take up
women
the
that you
man.
go for. So I'm
That's
saying
it.
it's the type of
Don't
woman.
take up
That's
a
it.
woman where you know say nah go mind Kemar.
That's
That's
what
the
I'm
point
saying.
for now.
It still boils down to Kamara to the kind of woman, because if I have my man and I know his finances and I know he cannot, it would be rough for him to foot that entire thing. Or just based on the relationship that we have, I'd be like, baby, you know what? I will do this or I'll do that, or I'll just volunteer. But you are picking the wrong women, and so you are getting the same reaction each time. You're getting the same feedback each time because it's the same. It's just them just look
Charmaine,
different. One dark
Charmaine,
skin, one
add
light
to it
skin.
in mentality. The mentality where him have, I'm gonna keep on just have end up now have nobody. I'm just gonna in them bed. In them bed, I wonder when him go suck off. Just
I
in them
agree,
bed.
Date them all
Tamara is
got
a provider.
tasting.
I agree. He's just, he's just mounting up. He's a provider.
Date them all got tasting.
Hey, let me read some of these comments. Mika is saying, I always ask, my treat or yours? Are we going 50-50? I like clarity. Candice is saying, but if you're taking me on a vacation, why you can't pay all of it? If I'm taking you, I'll pay everything. If you cannot afford it, then that's different. I'll do what I have to do. Listen, we want to talk about this.
Hold on there. Let me ask a question.
Hold
How
on.
often do people go on vacation?
Put up the comment there. Go ahead.
Once or twice
Depends.
a year. It depends on your pocket.
Go ahead.
Right.
Me just get up and go anywhere which one me feel like.
All right. So this is it now. And this is where I think ego comes into play, knowing your partner comes into play, and all of these things come into play. Why? I believe if you know your partner pocket certain way, as a man, it kind of rough sometimes for your man to say, boy, babes, boy, we can't afford it, It take a lot out of a man to tell a woman that. Whether I be with a woman for 10 years or 1 month, it takes a lot out of a man. So I think a woman supposed to can cite certain things and say, damn, boy, this seems a little bit expensive, And even without asking if him have the money, just say, babes, let me take some of the bill, babes. It come to 2,000, babes, say $700 a year. Put it towards it. Why is it that women can't do that? I guess you and Felicia, let me leave you out of this one, Felicia, because I know you'll do that. But you too, why is it that on the can't do? Why is it that on the can't do that? What is so hard with that?
In what?
If you know sister the man quote unquote can't afford it, why is it that on the can't say, well, babes, all right, see $800 babes. See $900.
I just said that to you. I just said that if it is the kind of the person I'm with and I understand the situation, then that determines whatever. If I know it's a person that can afford it and you're taking me on vacation, take me on vacation. Because when I'm gonna take you on vacation, I'm not gonna ask you to foot the bill. So as I said to you, it just depends on the person's pocket. And if I know that, then that's how we move forward with that. Exactly. My relationship, my partner can probably afford a lot of things. That doesn't mean I sit down and I don't take care of certain things. I handle what that's how I believe in it. Whether you can afford it or not, I'll handle certain things. Maybe the smaller things, but I'll still handle them.
So
I prefer to handle the smaller things. If I know your pocket's strong a certain way, I prefer to handle the smaller things, but I'm doing it just the same. That's me.
The last thing I will say on this topic. Any woman that comes and live in a house of mine, if you don't think say you're not paying a bill in this, you make a bad mistake.
Then pick the right woman that will say, okay, my baby's paying the mortgage and whatever, I'm gonna handle the utilities and the little snacks for the kids and the clothes for the kids, and pick the right woman. You can't pick the wrong one and then come bash us all. Your fault.
You're taking money and camp on vacation. Money and camp on vacation.
All right, so we'll move on to the next topic now because time is going. We have to go soon. All right, so the next topic is that what's one thing that your partner can do that drives you extremely crazy, drive you out of your mind, make you want to do some stuff out of character. What is this one thing? There must be one thing that if your partner do this one thing, you're like, no man, this out of pocket. Let me start with you, Felicia.
Why not disrespect me in a public or shout off at me in a public? It's me and you. go somewhere and something happen,
Yeah.
make we take it aside, but don't embarrass me in front of a friend or stranger. Me will go on bad, cause me will fight. Me fight both man and woman. Me can tell you that. And me always walk with one piece of board in my car. So if you don't want we for roll and tumble, whatever you want. This you ever hear them say? Whatever you perform is what me give you applaud. Me give you applaud right there. So don't do it.
So you say don't shout off for you, don't embarrass you in public.
No, do it. Make you go home. Make me you go home and argue. Make me you go home and argue.
All right. So what is the solution as to not in a public setting with friends and everything, an argument ensue for whatever reason? How is it dealt with, or what is the correct action to deal with it? Just stay quiet because
no, pull me aside. Say, babes, I need to talk to you privately. Make her go out in the car. Make her argue in the car.
Yeah.
But pull me aside. If we do something where you not like, either we need to have a certain look to each other within each other. We know say, all right, then we just do something where you not like, or you do something where me not like. We have a code, and we just know say, all right, then no do that, no continue with that. Or we just, you pull me aside and say, hey, you talk me, babes. Me can talk to you at the door, please. Yeah, but not embarrassing in front of a friend, stranger, nobody. Me not do that one day.
Would that cause you to terminate a relationship?
Oh, you mean?
See, a lot of someone say anybody make a scene with me in public, I won't argue back. But no, like I really try to when we go out, don't be upset with the person because no, never think about me. Once me vex, me vex. There's no fixing the situation right there. So me vex for the whole day, for the whole night, and then we have to probably deal with it the next day. So I only kind of tough. But I'm not going to embarrass in the public. But Tashana can be saying, being dismissive of my emotions when I'm having a serious conversation with you. I think that's a big one as well. I want those persons in the comment section, please put a little like on the video for us, please. Mika also agrees. She said being disrespectful in public. Nicole Campbell said public embarrassment, public reaction. Ryan, what is one thing a woman can do? Roughly a feather.
My one is a very simple one, but also a very popular one. Being a nag. Just don't nag me. I can't take the bag of talking some of the time. I can't take the mosquito buzzing in my ears, especially when it's about something insignificant that can be easily remedied. Just can't deal with that. That grinds my gears, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, and sometimes Ryan with that is like I think that have to be able to read. Sometimes the woman can't read the room as well.
Precisely.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying precisely. Like you're supposed to know the man that you're with, what gets him off and what annoys him and all of that. So you continuously doing the same thing over and over, nagging the same way, and it has always gotten him upset. And you still continue to do it. That means that something is wrong with you.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally. When I think that one is one. Charmaine, give us one.
I hate and something that I find to be unforgivable when you belittle me, whether in front of people or at home, whether in public or a private space. Don't you ever try to belittle me. Don't you speak down to me. I hate that. I will lose it completely if a man does that.
So let me ask you a question, Charms. Sometimes when you're upset, tempers are high. Sometimes we say things that we really don't mean. Are you able to forgive the guy if he probably belittle you, but this is not his normal character, but he was just upset?
I mean, if it's not his normal character, then maybe after a little while I'll probably calm down.
But and it all depends on what was said at the end of the day, because sometimes it's when you're angry that the truth comes out. It's how you feel. So when you're angry, you just said the right. It's what you've always felt about me.
They say when you're angry, the truth. They say when you're angry, the truth comes out.
Yes, most times when you're angry, because I'm keeping things in, and I'm very good at that. I'm good at just keeping things under the
Me
rug,
that.
minding my own business. And then when I am upset, that's when I unleash and I just let every single thing out, and that's the truth. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. I'm not gonna make up things to make you feel bad. I'm telling you the truth. Everything I say, once I'm hitting, it is the truth. Every single word that comes out, everyone will lick your head back. It's the truth. So
Okay.
that's what I think.
All right, Ryan, can you answer this question? Tashana Campbell is asking, what is considered being a nag? Talking about something constantly or talking about something you don't want to talk about?
I actually said it when I was speaking that being a nag is talking constantly about small, insignificant things that can be easily handled. If it's something major, then clearly I wouldn't consider that being a nag. But the constant um, talking about something that really means nothing at the end of the day, that in the grand scheme of things is nothing, that is what I consider to be a nag.
All right, and here's Joseph saying it has to be nagging, trying to just quarrel for the sake of it. Of course, I'm not a saint, but if you feel offended, just go straight to the point, and I'll try to get it sorted out. I think for this one, I think women have a thing where I guess they do things on their own time when they want to do it, or when you yourself get over it as a person. That is when them want to bring it up. That is when them decide for them ready to talk about it. We don't want to do that. Anna, go ahead.
I'm gonna just pick one out of the many. Gaslighting.
All right, can you explain to the viewers what gaslighting is? For the uneducated ones like myself, what is gaslighting? I don't know.
Making me out to be crazy about something that we have already discussed about, or something that you've done to me and I'm explaining to you, hey, just don't do this, but you're making me out to look as if I'm crazy when I'm telling you what it is that I don't want you to do again to hurt me, or to annoy me. So for me, this everything that the other females have said, the belittlement or openly trying to disrespect me, that mind game kind of thing, don't do it. I would just flip. I would just
So
legit flip.
gaslighting is like guilt tripping.
In a sense, but you're manipulating the mind to make me feel as if what I'm saying to you or asking of you is just really crazy of me. You're making me out to be like as if I have no sense at all.
All right. For my one, hold on, let me read some of these comments before I give them. So Tevin is saying, Ryan, who determines minor and major? I don't know if you ever have a woman, but I think everything major to a woman.
I must answer that.
Sure, if you have an answer.
Well, all right, put it this way. If everything major to her, then I get to decide it. I get to decide what to do.
And Token is saying, I saw them stay for real. Gaslight TF out a woman, especially when her intuition is correct. And as she talk about intuition, let me touch on that a little bit because I need an explanation about this intuition business. Because, listen, I don't want a woman come to me with your intuition, brother. I don't want you to tell me say your belly hurt you and this is how you feel or you get a
And
dream.
you dream. How would they dream?
My dream say text Stacy last night. Oh, give me your phone, let me check it. No one, don't give me that foolishness. You guys, explain to me what is intuition. Help me out.
It really is a feeling, though.
It really is a feeling. No, it really is a feeling. Sometimes your intuition just dead on. It dead on.
We just not have the evidence, and it's just the evidence we need to back it up. And then
sometimes on a dream to give you the evidence.
Yeah. And then
Bring
when
you
we
with
find the
evidence.
hardcore evidence now, we'll come to you
Yeah.
and go like say, I'm mad, my mother, what kind of foolishness you are talk about be? We are talk about.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I'm right. When my intuition comes into play, I'm right 99.99% of the time. I
Yeah,
keep doing that.
charm. That must say too.
Once it's
Mhm.
intuition, when I have that little feel,
Because
little gut
let me tell you
feeling,
something. I'm gonna start move different,
99.99% of the time.
They're gonna start move different.
Of
Yeah.
course. And I think
Yeah,
that's
they're
what
gonna
men
start
don't
move
know.
different. And then that's why your intuition are gonna start kicking that yo,
Exactly.
something not right.
That's what
Because if
men
you're with a
don't
man for a
know.
long time, you're gonna know the man trait.
They're
You're gonna know
predictable.
what
Yeah,
the
man,
man
it
are do.
becomes predictable. Men do
Yeah.
things the same way, day after
True.
day, year after year. They do not change how they do things. So once I
Royal,
see you doing something different, my antenna starts to stand up. What is that? What's that all about? 10
yeah.
years?
It not have
So you
nothing
used
to do
to
with
him
jealousy,
all
Royal.
this time, and then all of a sudden today you get up, you're doing
Yeah.
something new. Something is
Like a
wrong.
man, like you have a
Men are
man will
predictable, and it's the
always.
truth. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Men do the same. They do things the same way every
Them
single day.
feel
They don't
it.
change. I
Them
don't know
feel
why.
it.
I don't know
All
if
right.
they'll forget. I don't know
I'm
what
gonna
it
say
is.
this to say this. It got the same for woman too.
Women intuition is just jealousy. No.
That's what I say with Royal. It not goes. It doesn't have to be jealousy, but it got the same for
No.
woman too. A lot of the times, women do repetitive things, and then when we start to change our ways or become out of character, yeah, it's something. Something else are going.
I have a question for asking. So let us say you're a woman communicate, you're a person communicate every single day. Every single day. You communicate. All of a sudden now, the communication start get a little bit weird. Is it okay now for the man to say, my intuition tell me I'm feeling say something is going on. You probably have somebody else. Where is all this attention that I'm used to getting? Where all this attention go?
Of course.
Is that a fair assessment?
Of course,
Okay,
because it
all
could
right.
be some. It could be, but it's the truth because she could be entertaining somebody else, or she is
Okay.
no longer interested in you. So now she's acting different. It's
Yeah.
of course.
Okay. So then now, why is it that when we ask a woman and say, hey, something is going, and I notice what women try doing, and women try, all right. You see, like when they accuse a man of something, the majority of men always get defensive immediately. What you talking about? What you talking about? Obviously, then woman kind of gets okay, he's guilty. But women kind of method, you know that word the women try.
Yeah.
Yeah, them kind of that about it, and we really can't figure out if something really are going. So give us some pointers, Charm. What are some things that we can look out for as men? Because we're all a family here, What are some things that we can look out for as men when some things get a little bit gingery?
In terms of if a woman is stepping out on you,
Yes, give us
so
some.
why would I want to do that now?
Yeah.
Why would you?
Why would I want to tell you that?
Why wouldn't you want to?
Why would I?
We're
Just
all.
like how you have your bro code, we have a girl code. Why would I want to come and
We're
spill
not
the
tell
beans
you
and
that.
tell you that?
Come on now.
No, we're trying to create a
Just
better
like you have to figure
society
it
here.
out. Just like how I figure it out for myself, because there'll never be a man. A man will never, ever, ever tell you. A real man will never, ever tell you what is happening on the outside. Instead of them saying, no, be one to you, man. Nothing Augusta, just relax, no ball him a play, man. I tired, man. I will if I work him for do. That's what he's gonna tell you. And well, I know you're out there doing all sorts of things. No, so you have to figure that one out. Just like how I figure it out, you have to figure it out.
You ever see the
I'm
thing when
sorry?
them do on Facebook where them will call the woman will sit down next to the man and call the man best friend and say, yo, me just a call for see if Kemar over there. Remember, so the man sit down right next to her and the man say, yeah, man, he's been over here all night.
And that is the truth. They're
Well,
not
no,
giving up their
yeah.
friends. A man will never, and he's not gonna miss.
Unless
Yeah.
the man want the girl where him there with.
Exactly. A man is not gonna miss him. Go
Unless.
off and call you and you say, oh, where is Kemar? He has no clue why you're calling, where Kemar is, but he's gonna be like, yeah, man, he's here. He's right here with me, or him gone to the bathroom, man.
I'm gonna say
He's
Kemar
right in
not
front of me
answer your
something.
call, Kemar not answer your call, but Kemar got answer him bridging call.
Exactly.
And
And
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
say,
call Kemar
yo,
and say,
Kemar, your girl are
All right, it's not Puna show. It's not Puna show.
Well, for some say that tonight.
I said I'm gonna take it over, my boss. Listen. No, listen, man. The intuition thing, I think, you know, and for the guys who are not here, they wanted me to mention this, you know, for I guess if people are watching, but I think for the intuition thing, I think sometimes women take it overboard. Women take it out of control. Sometimes a guy is simply doing some overtime at work. Some simple as an overtime. Probably not feel for the overtime, but he's planning something for you as a woman and decides, you know, he want to do some overtime. And he does do some overtime to make some more money to buy a gift. All of a sudden your intuition kick in. You call him when him there at work. Oh, you want video call him instead of straight call him because you want to see where he's at. All right, so let me ask a question where that is concerned, Charm. If you normally call a guy straight, regular, and one day he said that, hey, I'm going out with the boys. And you call him, video call him, and decline the call and say, yo, I'm out with the boys. Would you think that he's doing something wrong?
It would probably cross my mind if it's not somebody that he's done things that I would have to question his behavior. Maybe it would cross my mind like, why is he not answering my video? I mean, although I wouldn't do that if you say going out with the boys, but if I did that and he declined, it would probably cross my mind. But then I don't think I would make a big deal out of it. As I say, as long as it is somebody that has always been on the straight and narrow, and I have, I don't have a real reason to accuse him of that. As a woman, it may cross my mind, but brush it off really, real quick.
And here is Tash saying, walk different and we have a problem. Totally agree with you, Tash. This is how these women are. You walk different one day and now it's you walk so. Oh, what?
Yes.
Who you meet? No, yes. Brother, it cannot be like that though. Like, it cannot be like that.
But you men do the same thing. You men do the same thing.
I'm just like a bonus, but
I mean, listen, I know I understand what she's saying, and as I had said before, men are predictable. When you're with a man, you know what he's gonna say before he says it, what he's gonna do before he does it. You know what he's gonna wear, you know his style. Men, they dress the same way all the time. You know what he's gonna go for, whether it's Polo, it's Vans, it's Nike, it's whatever. Yes. You know. So the minute he starts acting different, doing something is wrong. Most times. Yeah,
that's true.
You start to turn the phone over on the face.
Yeah,
that's true.
Put it under your pillow. If a man is going to pick up overtime and know, say, all right, then me usually home by 5 o'clock. He will call him woman and say, yo, babes, here what? We get some overtime and I'm gonna be home a little bit later. That is basic communication. Because guess what? You don't want your woman mind to stray.
Hold that, Felicia, hold that point, because I have a big question to ask on that one. But Belinda right here is saying, before one assumes a pattern is different because of cheating, one should look at themselves to see if you are acting different to cause the other to act different. And I believe that is an excellent point. Do you women who are on this podcast, have you ever looked into yourself and said, damn, probably I am acting a little bit different for my man to act different? Have you guys ever do that? I don't want the honest
truth. That's why I'm turning phone. It is the actions we're talking about in the camera. It's not just every little thing. It's not if him start to sneeze, mega say, oh God, why start to sneeze and never sneezed before. We're talking about little things that could be suspicious. You start to turn your phone over on the face. All along your phone used to turn up, you start to turn it down.
No, but it's pattern
go
behavior.
To the bathroom with your phone out of nowhere. All these years we were together, you never have to carry your phone, go to the bathroom. You start to take calls outside, and they tell me it's a business call. And all along you take your business calls beside me. I never interfere, but now you have to take your business calls outside.
May I plan something for your babes? May I plan something for your babes?
But guys,
when you plan that, you plan it when you're on your way to work. You call whoever when you're on your way to work.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just a change. It's just random things. It is just specific things that you change and things that you start doing differently.
It's a constant change.
Yeah.
And I just want to like one day change.
Right. It's not like today I see you do it and mega say, it becomes a constant if I see it and it starts in January and I realize we skip over in February and you're still doing the same thing, I'm gonna start questioning it, because why all of a sudden we're doing this we're taking our phones to the bathroom. If as you move the phone, move with you.
All right. Now, my last question for ask on this before we move on to the last topic. The last question I've asked on this. When it comes on to the man falling asleep, why is that always such a big issue?
The man
Suppose,
what?
let's say you're at
Falling
work.
asleep. What that mean?
Let's say
Falling
you're at
asleep with
work. Let's say you're at work, Chan. May I give an example? Let's say you're at work and the guy there will want him to text you. Babes, kind of feel tired right now, may I go sleep. 90% of women always be like, oh no, he ain't going to sleep. But if they tell me, say I'm going to sleep because they have other things planned. Why is that the first thing that come to you women mind?
Yeah, look on too much memes.
Yeah.
Yeah, look too much on too much
If I'm
memes.
gonna go in bed, I'm gonna in bed.
Him going
Thank
in
you
bed,
very
as I
much,
say,
Felicia.
it all depends on right. So it depends on the man and
bedtime.
yeah, if it is a man that you know is sneaky and you choose to stay with this sneaky man, you're gonna say, says this boy is not him not go bed 9 o'clock, all of a sudden him go bed. But you know the man cheats, he's a liar. And you choose to stay, so you're gonna question those things because you choose to be a yamed. That's right. If it is a man that I don't have any problems with, I've never caught him in a lie and all of that. If he says he's going to sleep, he's going to sleep. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he's going to sleep. But maybe because Kemar got caught in a little lie here and there, he said he was going to be at the barber shop and then 2-2s he was in Trinidad at Trinidad Carnival or whatever the case may be. So his wife or girlfriend or whoever, when Kemar says he's sleeping, she's gonna question it. Is he really sleeping or am I going to see pictures of him in the club? Right,
Kemar, why that one sounds so specific?
We never got Trinidad Carnival in our life, boss.
I don't know.
I don't know which time
that
that
statement
from.
don't match up with what you're telling me.
That's what I'm
All
right.
right.
It has to be if you are. I think most you have some women who are overly jealous. I do admit the crazy jealous. That's a different case. But I'm talking normal women. If she has caught the man in a lie, it doesn't even have to be cheating. But if she has caught him in a little lie once when he says he was gonna be at point A and he was at point B, she may question it when he says he's gonna sleep. Because remember said the last time in the kitchen had a lie, so maybe a lie now. So
But then, so in that situation, I guess you just probably should leave the relationship.
What if the plan change?
huh?
What if I say I'm going to be at point A and I'm actually at point B, but I'm meant to be at point A? But a certain plan change, I'm end up at point B.
Communicate.
Tell me.
What's so hard in that?
I don't necessarily have to call and say, oh,
Send
know
a
that
text
I'm not.
message.
You send a text message.
WhatsApp.
I don't have to do that either.
Because it's the
You're
same thing
telling me
for
that you
woman.
can't send a text message?
Right.
No. What I'm saying is if it is that I normally come home at a specific time. However, I said that, okay, I'm going to be home at 10 because I'm going to such place. Something happened and I'm not at such place, but I'm at another place. And however, me coming in at 10 does not change. I don't need to call you and tell you that I'm not going at X place, I'm going at Y place now. I should only call you.
When the ambulance find your body, tell them don't call my phone. When the ambulance find your
I
body,
should only call you
say
if
you're going
that
to
my
be
time
at
to come home later changes.
Here is 1 second. Here is Jason Curlew. Most of the time, it's just down to overthinking, yeah, man. Man, I'm going to sleep. Okay, woman. Forgot to text the other woman then. Bingo! Bingo! All right, with that being said, let's move on to the other topic. I want to ask you ladies, like how I have you here. Do you believe how a man treats his mother is indicative of how he's going to treat his girl or his wife? Yes, no, maybe so.
Are you throwing out the question?
Oh, well,
Oh boy. Sometimes. So it may be 50-50 because some when they treat their mothers like queens and can drop on their mother, but then they treat their partners like total trash. And then you have other men who treat their mothers like trash and they have their women on pedestals. So it really boils down to the person, the type of man that he is, maybe his upbringing, maybe how his mother or father, you know, boo him. I think it boils down to the individual. I don't necessarily. Yeah, I think it just boils
Yeah, I
down to
agree
the
with you
type
on that one, the
of
charm.
person, because you, as I said, you have men that treat their mothers well and treat women like rubbish, and vice versa. So
Mm-hmm.
it just boils down to the individual and how they, and maybe the level of respect that they have for you, the woman, as well as their mother, given, you know, whoever is getting disrespected.
Yep. Okay. And I think Tash was responding for the last topic. She said these are long distance relationship problems. I believe so too, Tash. I believe there are long distance relationship problems.
Why, Kamar, you move on, go ahead.
Um, Ryan. Ryan brought up something to me the other day. Zine, and I think I'm going to leave that one for last. Next topic I want to really touch on really quickly. I want to talk about a wedding versus a marriage, right? And you know, and the reason why I was inspired to talk about this topic, I saw a couple. They got married for $500, 500 US dollars, right?
Right.
Oh, you saw it, right? All right.
Yeah.
They got married for 500 US dollars. The woman's dress was $40, 40 US dollars, right? I think the ring was probably $100. And then they had people who were coming and they had to pay for their food, pay for their drinks, and all of that. So now I'm going to start with you, Charm. You know, and I think that, you know, my outlook on it is that I believe that these women nowadays are more interested, and not women who me talk to, me I talk about the collective. I believe that the women nowadays are more interested in the wedding than the marriage. Would you, Charmaine, would you take a $40 dress or $100 ring in order to get married?
Um, well, for me, I don't need a big wedding. I don't even need people at my wedding. For me, I've always wanted a really nice dress. So if it boils down to me buying my nice dress, to have my nice dress, that's what I'm going to do. So maybe I won't take the $40 dress, because that's not what if I can find a $40 dress that looks like something that I want for myself, then that's it. But for me, I've always just loved the idea of having on a nice wedding dress that I can look back at my picture and be like, okay, I was cute. But and an outside wedding, as I said, it doesn't have to be anybody there. Me, the two witnesses, and the person that we have it in our garden. That's fine. I don't need a reception. I don't need a big brawl. But as I say, it's a personal thing for me. I want a nice dress, and so if I know I'm going
What about the ring? Because I notice when women get married, one of the first when they greet you, you know, they always greet you like this, you know. They greet you like this before anything else. This is the first way they greet you. So what about the ring, Charm? Suppose you can't afford a big ring when you want. $100 him have probably get you a little ring, no big diamond. Is that okay with you?
I mean, you know, I put some thought into that, and you know, I think that I could settle for even a no ring. Honestly, if you know, is somebody I really love and I want to spend the rest of my life with, I could settle for no ring at all, or I can settle for $100 ring, and then, you know, we build ourselves, and he can buy me my dream ring, you know, nice little ring. So I think I could work with no ring at all, a small little thing that you can barely see, and then later down we can do the get another ring. But for me, the only thing for me is my wedding gown. I want a really nice one. So yeah, but a ring, it's neither here nor there, because most times people stop wearing their ring after a certain time too. So what's
Yeah.
the big deal, really? When you think about it, what's the big deal?
Okay, and here's Mika saying, marriage is more important for me. I'd get married in a jeans and t-shirt if I have to. May. Love that. Mika is in a relationship, guys, so she's not available, but Mika have the right thoughts. Ryan, how about you, boss? You know, when you decide that, you know, you want to go ahead and tie the knot, are you an expensive wedding kind of guy, or you know, you just want the mere minimum? Two witnesses, pastor, probably in the garden, wife, and you know, just go do nothing.
I'm one of those who think that wedding is more for the females. And when I say that, I mean that we are not the ones who grew up aspiring per se for marriage and growing up and thinking about what we want to wear and how it going to look and all of that. We might grow up and say, okay, yes, we want to be married and stuff, but we don't really go into the details in terms of how a wedding should be. So I think for men, we are more open in the sense that, okay, if she wants a certain wedding, fine, we can go have whatever wedding she want to have. We just turn up and say, I do, and we move on from there. So it doesn't matter to us as much what type of wedding it is.
I agree, but would you be, because all right, let's say for me personally, not no 50 people, not no 100 people, not 5, 10 probably. We can work with that, but not the crowd. So would you, are you just saying, Ryan, that even if the crowd come, because that is what your wife wants, you just work with it?
Well, once it can be afforded and you're not setting us back,
Right.
then it is what it is for me.
Okay. All right, Felicia.
I'm more about the marriage. For me, I don't mind getting a simple dress. Them have whole heap of places because me go wear the dress one time and probably never put it on back again. So what the
Absolutely.
sense me go spend $2,500 on a dress when me just go wear one time. I'm cool with a destination wedding, limited people will go. I've always said I'll do a destination wedding and everybody can take it as them vacation. You know, we can have my wedding this and my honeymoon at the same time too. So I am not big on having this big expensive brawl off wedding. I will
Yes,
go to
ma'am.
courthouse, go married just to see him.
Yes,
I had a
ma'am.
coworker who bought her wedding dress from Macy's for $60,
Yes, ma'am.
married at the courthouse. I mean, like one big shindig in my backyard.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, that's just me.
It's
I'm not
backyard
all about
wedding.
this big fandangles, and then I don't believe in spending thousands of dollars or millions of dollars on a wedding, and then me I live in an apartment. Me I spend house money on wedding. I don't
Well,
believe in them something there. Mm-mm.
absolutely. And here's Tashana Campbell. I don't believe in expensive weddings, even if we have the money to do it. Totally agree. And Jermaine Watson saying, women right now more interested in big wedding just to show off on some of their nemesis. 3 months time, marriage up in smokes. Anna, welcome back. Are you a big wedding kind of person, or you just a courthouse is fine for you? Charmaine said no ring. Will you take no ring as well? And $40 dress.
Okay, I was of the view of a big wedding because I grew up on Disney princesses. I always wanted a Disney princess type of wedding.
Fair.
But the older I got and the more I, got acquainted with economics, right? I'm like, okay, let me settle for something different than the Disney princess kind of wedding. So for me, going to just RGD down here in Jamaica or the City Hall overseas is no big deal for me. Like Charmaine said, I just would like to have a really nice dress. It doesn't have to be pricey. Certainly, I don't think I would wear a $40 dress, but maybe if the chance occurs that it's something that is in my taste, maybe. But dress, nice makeup, nice hairdo. Because I want to look back at my pictures and be like, hey,
Right.
I look cute,
Yeah.
The ring part, I don't necessarily have to have a ring. If the man wants to buy me a ring, no problem. But it's neither here nor there to me.
Me will
All
buy the
right.
dress and wear it and return it.
All of that, though.
Yes, ma'am.
That
All right. So we have 7 minutes left. So we're getting something else. Ryan, why is it that men don't place emphasis on their birthdays? Why is it that men don't place emphasis on their birthday? This is probably going to be the last topic because we have 7 minutes.
That was the question you wanted to ask me, right?
Yes.
Oh, funny enough, somebody messaged me today and said, hey, when is your birthday again? And I was like, oh, right, it's Friday. Like I know it, but I wasn't really thinking about it.
Yep.
And like it just come up suddenly on me because today is May, so in my mind I was still in April.
Yep.
So it basically like it just spring up on when the person asks. So generally speaking, we really don't. I can say for myself that I really don't as much, especially since I've gotten older. The last time I had a birthday, anything was for my 27th birthday, and that's what basically it. I generally don't do a lot for my birthday. I might have a party every now and again. As I said, the last one was them time there, but generally speaking, we really don't. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I don't know. I really don't know the answer to it. It's just that
Is it
we,
all right?
we
So
maybe just go to the bridge and have a drink or go home to woman or whatever it might be and stuff. But we really don't really go beyond up and
so let
above
me
and beyond for ourselves
so
that
let me
way.
pause. Let me pose something to you, Ryan. Is it that it can it be a case where no one is really quote unquote celebrating us like how we would celebrate our women? That is why we don't really put much emphasis on it because we don't really expect anything on our birthday. So it's kind of like a little defensive mechanism. We're not getting none anyway, so might as well we're not even bother think about it.
So you're saying our birthdays get treated like Father's Day?
Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much.
Probably, as
So
I said, it could be a cultural thing, and it could be because of that aspect of it culturally. Why maybe we weren't really given a lot growing up in the sense of having parties and what have you. So we, in turn, we become adults, and it still become a part of us in that sense. So it could also be that why we don't as much. And you know, especially for these kind of things, boys tend to get it less than girls
yep.
growing up.
And here is Kish for you saying, if we are close, you better remember my birthday or I will have you up. You don't have to buy me a gift or post me up, just a simple text or call. This is already a
True.
big difference. Because if my birthday don't remember my birthday, man, how may I have him up for? Just move on. So I think that's probably a woman thing. I guess you women can um talk about it. Mika is saying, not my man though. His birthday is everything to him. Do you women feel the same way about your birthday? Is it everything to you? If you have a man, you must get a gift? Or is it like it's just another day? Oh, Felicia is
Another
saying
day.
just another day.
I don't have to get a gift, but you
But you
must
must
remember.
remember. Yeah.
If you don't remember, it will be wars and rumors of wars. Don't forget my birthday. It's something important. It's important. I've never been big on birthdays. I've never had a birthday celebration. I can't never, ever, never had a party, never did anything big, no milestone at all. I'm just not that type of person. But I do, and if my friends forget, it's nothing to me. I'll probably say then, oh, she not text me, but now have her up feet, now have him up for it. I don't care. It's not that serious. But my man, it is serious. We're
Yeah.
together, and we are. You're supposed to acknowledge my special moments because I acknowledge yours. And on the topic of men, not making a big deal out of birthdays, I'm not sure why, but worldwide, most men they're not in for the excitement. Them just the kids
That is it.
count down birthdays. Oh, it's 10 days and so on. Men do not care. They don't plan anything. Maybe the day before they message them friend and say, "No dog, I'm a birthday. I'm a earth strong tomorrow, so they could go have some drinks." That's their and they have that blast. That's their thing. But big parties or whatever,
Maybe we call it to Earth Strong, also a defense
earth strong. You
mechanism.
understand me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't make a big deal. But I do believe that even though they don't make a big deal, they appreciate when a woman does something a little special. So get them a little gift or whatever. They don't make a big deal if she doesn't, but I do think it does a lot when your woman gets you even a little basket or a wallet or a belt. I think, you have to I think they feel a little excited about that. And I think a lot of women, and I can, because men don't make a big deal, a lot of women do not try to make
So
an effort
so
to, mhm.
let me ask you a question because I'm glad how you mentioned that. Do you think it is okay for a woman to, so for example, for her birthday, she wants to go to Bora Bora, but on the
Back
man's
at this Ross
birthday,
Bora Bora sitting again.
Right?
hold
We are
on
not
now,
used.
Bora
We is
Bora.
not
hold on
used.
I
now,
want to go to Bora
no
Listen,
Bora
man.
and I
you is
think they
not
have
used
that
seeing
segment.
Bolt.
All right, let us say go down to Moon Palace for the week. Moon Palace, all inclusive
Yeah,
Moon
stay
Palace.
in your lane.
Yeah. Do you think do you think it's okay for the woman to want to go to Moon Palace. However, when it's the man's birthday, she give him a belt. And I mean,
But it depends on her man. That is the thing now. It
Yeah, and it
depends
depends
on
on
your
what the
man.
man can
Is your
afford and
man
what
the
the man
type
can't
that is
afford.
going to want to go to a resort? Is he the type that's going to want a big celebration? It all boils down to the man that you
The
have.
man. Yeah.
So some men getting them a belt, that's all he's excited about the nice. You get him a nice leather belt.
No, no. Man will tell us,
you
a
speak for
man will
yourself.
tell us, oh yeah, man, whatever. But
No,
really,
speak
I'm
for
told
yourself.
it's not that.
My partner, I remember one year we just started talking and I booked him a whole spa thing, sauna treatment, body massage, body scrub, the whole
oh
work
gosh.
he would have gotten. That
Yeah.
man did not go. He said to me, you know what? Better you just buy me a belt or buy me a wallet because I don't have the time to go sit down there for the entire day for them to do all of that. So do something simpler where I can do it or whatever on the
Okay.
go.
And maybe if it wasn't a spa and something else, he wouldn't tell you about belt or whatever.
No, that's what I'm saying to you. That's what he said to me.
No, and I'm
that-
saying to you
and that's-
that maybe if it wasn't a spa situation, maybe it was something that him like and it's not what you think him like. Maybe he wouldn't have said that
That's
to
the
you.
thing. You see, and sometimes when your partner is somebody that they have it all, what else can you give to them?
No,
I think
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
reaction you get.
I've been down that road before,
But, yeah,
Charmaine.
and I think that's always been a problem.
Service,
So I
service.
resort to getting baskets. For Father's Day, I did a portrait which really loved it with the generations, the grandfather, the father, the son. He loved that. So I have to put a lot of thought into
That's
getting
what
birthday
they like.
birthday
Charmaine,
gifts
that
because
is it.
he doesn't
Charmaine.
like the frolic and the excitement. He's not for it.
True.
So I have to do simple. A basket. He loves the basket. He will take
And
pictures
that's exactly what I was saying.
Okay. Right, so that's the thing. So I have to put a lot of thought into it. So for your birthday, I might get him a basket. For Father's Day, I'm not going to necessarily get him a basket because I did it for his birthday. So now I have to think, what would he like? I have to think about sentimental things because he's somebody who has everything that you can think of that money can buy. You have it. So me coming now and giving you.
Charmaine, so for you and the woman in the comment section, I think that is what men want. They probably don't voice it, but that we want. The effort. We want you to think outside of the box. We want you to dig deep inside of your brain. We want you to show us the appreciation. We don't want you to just go and you buy me a little belt, run a Walmart or wherever. More you go in and more you think and more you come up with something so creative that they go say, wow, she gave this some thought. But I just want you to get up and say, oh, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. That's too easy. I don't want that. I want you to go dig deep in your mind, go deep in your soul. Oh, I love Kemar so much. Let me show me the love with the gift.
Yeah, but that's for you. Some men don't necessarily think that. I mean, he appreciates the fact that you put the thought into it to get him that special gift. But some men, they don't make a big deal out of it. If you get them something really nice, simple and nice, he works with it. As I tell you, basket. When I couldn't figure out what else to do, I say, you know what? Just get the basket, have the different stuff in there, the wine, this, the liquor. And it was right.
Another thing, ladies, this is free game for you all. Who already know. But I think women need to listen a little bit more. Because guys give away clues every single day. Look on a guy like Ryan.
For a gender that love to give hints.
Yes.
They should know that.
Exactly.
How to do that.
All right. So
Let me give things me to the streets.
So you look on Ryan, right? When you look on Ryan, you see him wear a Chelsea jersey. Automatically, you know, say Chelsea are probably theme team. All right.
Don't buy a Man U jersey. Don't say it's a football jersey. So me buy a jersey. No.
Make a buy the Man U jersey just to fuck with you.
But and Felicia, you know what it boils down to again? I don't know if you know what it boils down to again?
What's that?
Guess. The type of woman that you have. Because if you have the right woman, she knows you're a Chelsea fan, she knows you're a Man U fan, and she's like, oh my gosh, what can I get him? So she probably can get what if it's a scarf or if she buck up into Ronaldo or whoever, she's like, oh my God, no, so
Mhm.
if you can sign this to my boyfriend or my husband, and she's surprised. She may have it for months, you know. But so it depends on the type of woman that you are with. If you are with the right woman, she's gonna know her man, she's gonna know what he likes, even if he
Yeah.
does not make a big deal out of it. She's gonna know
She
and
will
she's
make
gonna
a
get
big
it.
deal out of it.
And
Right.
see
As
you,
I said, it's the
see it
simple
right there,
things.
so.
It's the simple things that men like. But if you know your man and you know he's a Man U fan, you get him a Man U wallet or a Man U bag or a Chelsea bag. But again, it is the type of woman. So the ones that are selfish, she's not gonna. She don't really care. She
Yeah,
probably
but
won't even. She
Kenneth
just
Cole one.
she's gonna give you her body for for your birthday because she's the prize. So
Yeah,
she's
Yeah,
tired
gonna
buy
of,
one Kenneth Cole wallet and
Valentine's
stick
Day,
a right
tired
Father's
of
Man
Day,
U
that.
on
she's
it.
gonna give you her body because
We're
she's the
tired of that.
prize.
We're tired of
So
that.
As a matter of fact, Charmaine, them will request it anyway. So them
Yeah.
could have
Me
tired of that.
also buy
Them will
one.
come for
Me I buy
anyway.
one Kenneth
right,
Cole
they're
wallet
still
and
going to
write
want it,
Man
you
U
know.
on it.
But I don't believe that that's a gift.
That's
I
Anna,
mean, of course,
special.
I am a gift,
It's
but
supposed
Anna,
to
I
you
take
ever
don't
it
see
out
believe
of
people,
the
that
box.
I offer
Yeah.
whenever
that.
see people eating icing alone,
What?
What?
people don't eat icing alone. So
Oh, so you want
the
sex
sex
with it?
should be like the icing on the cake.
That's right.
You'd be
Absolutely.
And that's what I
surprised.
believe.
You'd be
Of course,
surprised. Some persons love to eat the
I'm
icing
a great
alone.
prize for my man, I
Mm-hmm.
think. But I'm still going to add something, and then we get down to the exciting part after. So some women they
Mhm.
offer sex all year round. I don't. That's not something I agree with. I do believe in making your man feel special, even if it's not somebody that loves excitement. Sometimes you'd be surprised. You do a small thing, and it goes a long way. It
Yeah,
Tasha,
makes
because
man.
it's coming
day.
from
It
their
Talk,
makes
significant other.
yeah.
talk,
That's just
man.
it.
All right, so here is Tash saying, I think the woman should make a big deal of their man's birthday. Make a big deal if he isn't. Do it every year until he understands he is worthy of good treatment. Big comment, Tash. And here is Mika saying that I have a little notepad. I write down clues and stuff. Observe him when he walks in a store, what he looks at, etc. LOL. That's how I put his gifts together. This is what I call a freaking wife. These are the stuff that you have to do and get it done. I'm tired of the blasting excuses
And it's
that
still
my
laughing.
friends are
Mika,
telling me.
Mika, you have whole heap of time.
Yeah, hey,
Well,
That's
listen,
it.
that's why some are
I
wives.
don't.
huh?
That's why some are wives.
Yeah, that's why some are wives and
Look at
some
you,
are.
Ryan. Look at you.
Hey,
That's
listen.
why that is why some men, even though they're the ones that, propose marriage, they do it, they are single and they'll be single for the rest of their lives because their
Them are.
expectations are out of this world. And I'm telling you, them expectations out of this world, 20, 50 years from now, you see them they won't by themselves.
So
At the age
true.
of 80, is a caregiver. They're gonna have to have a caregiver taking care of them because
All right, hey,
space.
hey,
Their woman is in space. Whatever planet
She
she's
gonna make
on,
it.
nobody's living there yet. So
hey,
we have not
Afterlife.
discovered,
The
hey, listen,
huh?
afterlife.
hey, listen,
Right?
man.
So
Hey,
yes. So that's why some men they don't have anybody and they'll probably never have anybody.
hey, listen,
Them
man.
are.
Hey, don't throw the word
I
after
am
me.
not listening. Don't I didn't call any names,
Hey,
I'm
listen,
just
man. Hey, listen, man. This was fun. This was fun. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for everyone who watched, listened, commented, didn't comment. Felicia, the Virgin, thank you so much. You are welcome at any given time. Charms, you already know how it is. Thank you so much. Anna, thank you so much. Ryan, you already know,
Yeah.
bro.
Listen.
You already know how it is. Levon,
thanks for
producer,
having
thank you
me.
so much.
As long
Um,
as I'm not working, I'll definitely jump on at any time.
all right,
It's my
definitely.
pleasure.
So, we will be back next week Sunday. Hopefully, the guys will be back and we can have another week, another successful topic. Felicia, make sure you make your nurse them and all of them subscribe to the channel, like up the thing, make them come and engage with us as we try to make the team grow.
Listen,
All
we
right.
talk too much part one, them not gonna understand.
Yeah, man, they will understand. We change stuff. All right, guys. So have a good night, and we'll see you guys next week.
Blessings.